Go on, Adele. Tell us.
Well, I am...
You're 22.
No, I will be in 2 months.
And you dropped out of school very young to start work.
Yes, but not really to start work. I met someone I wanted to be with. That's why I dropped. I left home. I prefer to live with the boy instead of my folks, so I grabbed the first available one. Opportunity, I mean.
You need to be free.
I don't know about free. All I really wanted was to sleep with him. When I was a kid, I used to think life starts when you make love. Till then you're nothing. So I took off with the first willing guy so we can be together and my life could start. The problem was it wasn't a good start.
Didn't you get along? Why wasn't it a good start?
It's never good for me. Things go from bad to worse. I never picked a lucky number. You know those curly sticky fly papers? I'm like them. I pick up all the crude around. I'm like a vacuum cleaner, picking up all the dirt left behind. I never picked a lucky number. Everything I try goes wrong. Everything I touch turns sour.
How do you explain that?
You can't explain bad luck. It's like an ear for music. You have it or you don't.
What happened with the boy?
Which one?
The first one, the one you took off with. Didn't it go all the way?
Sure, it went all the way.
But you were disappointed.
Not at all. That's a problem. If I enjoyed it less, I might not be here now. Anyhow. Still, the first time wasn't too comfortable.
Of course, it never is. You were uncomfortable because you were both very young.
No. We were in the gas station restroom. It's not convenient. Have you ever tried it?
No.
It's not convenient, especially in the highway. I wanted to hitchhike. I'd had this fantasy that love stories always happened at the beach. But hitchhiking was a bad idea. It's not surprising though. My ideas are almost always bad. It's classic. I get carried away. I don't think. If I hadn't got picked up, I might have jumped in front of a truck.
Who picked you up?
I can't name him since he's married. A psychologist. He diagnosed I was depressed and bent over backward to cure me. So far backward, I thought I was half pregnant, but luckily it was only appendicitis. If you can call it lucky. The anesthesiologist wasn't my lucky break.
You had trouble with the anesthesiologist?
No, he was nice. He seemed so much in love. I'd have followed him to China. We got as far as Limoges. Funny, isn't it? How people can seem madly in love when they are not. It must be easy to fake. He said, I went to his head like Cointreau. I guess he got tired of Cointreau. So he went to make a phone call.
Phone who?
I never found out. He never came back. The restaurant had the back door, which I didn't know. So I waited for him till closing time. The manager lived upstairs. His room smelled crazy, but he had soft and gentle hands. Hands are tricky. They can make you believe anything. That's how I got my first job, at the hostess at his place.
What does a hostess do?
At first, she welcomes people and smiles to everyone. As far as jobs go, it's a no-brainer. But you know how smiles give people ideas. And Limoges is so full of lonely men, you can't imagine. The judge said it has the most depressed people in France.
Which judge?
He comforted me when they closed the place because of the hostesses. He was depressed too. Now he comforted me for long. Not even 15 minutes. In the hotel room, with no pillows, TV, curtains. But he wasn't that bad. When he saw I was crying, he gave me his hanky. Then he left. Maybe it's all I deserve. It must be the law of the nature. Some people are born to be happy. I get calm every day of my life. I believe every promise I hear, but I never achieved anything. I never been useful or precious to anyone, or happy, or even really unhappy, because I guess you are unhappy when you lose something. But I never had anything except bad luck.
How do you see your future, Adele?
I don't know. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was grow up as fast as I could. But I can't see the point of it all. Not anymore. Getting older. I see my future like a waiting room in a big train station with benches and drafts. Outside, hundreds of people run by without seeing me. They are all in the rush, taking trains and cabs. They have somewhere to go, someone to meet. And I sit there, waiting.
Waiting for what, Adele?
For something to happen to me.